Welcome back to the channel. Before I talk to you about how to find profitable products to sell on Amazon FBA Wholesale, let me first give you the approach you should follow as you get into this business. First things first, why should you purchase products at wholesale to resell on Amazon? Well, besides creating your own branded products through private label, reselling wholesale products on Amazon is one of the best ways to profit as a seller. Okay, so you don't have to do the ordinary drop shipping. No, you can actually buy products at wholesale and just resell this at bigger profits. Okay, now buying products in bulk at a wholesale cost is what most businesses do. The businesses that you shop at, that's what they do. Think of Walmart, Target, or even your local grocery store. They're not branding or producing those products. They purchase them from another brand or distributor, mark up the price, and offer the products to their customers. So wholesale is one of the best strategies for Amazon sellers because you can replenish your inventory month after month from a legitimate source without having to order from China or shop at local retailers. Okay, now here are some of the reasons why you should purchase wholesale products in bulk to sell on Amazon. Number one, you can buy from a reputable wholesale source. You have a lot of them. I will speak about them later on. You don't need to order products from China or overseas. Everybody knows it takes 3 weeks to 4 weeks or even months if you order from China for the product to ship to you. So it's just a lot better to source your product locally, get them delivered real fast, and you have, on top of that, you have quality too. You want to have a replenishable source for products, and you want the product to be available real quick. Okay, and you don't need to launch a product. You really don't need that. So when we talk about understanding the Amazon business model, there are two different ways to sell wholesale products on Amazon: the reseller model and the private label model. You need to understand the differences to really profit from this industry. So the reseller model, so sellers who purchase brand name products at wholesale discounts and then turn around and list them on Amazon, they follow a reseller model of business. So brick and mortar stores follow the same model, but they must deal with the difficulties of building their store's brand equity in addition to selling other brands. And Amazon resellers do not have this problem. And let's talk about the private label model. So private label sellers, they sit between proprietary product owners like Converse and resellers. So they buy generic product wholesale and then repackage those products with their own branding. So a good brick and mortar example of this will be Walmart. You can buy a pair of black high tops, but you are buying a generic product with a Walmart brand tag slapped on top. So private labels are not counterfeiters, don't get it wrong. They don't claim to be an original product. They simply source their products from a manufacturer or wholesaler that supplies other private labels instead of creating a unique product. So here are the steps I want you to follow. If you want to actually find profitable products to sell on Amazon FBA Wholesale, the first thing you need to do, you need to choose a product with high demand. See, in this game, it's all about competition, right? It's all about popularity. You want to have you want to choose a product that speaks to your audience. It's very important. Now, we hear a lot of people say, well, the traffic on Amazon is crazy. You have to fight for the buy box. You got to think about ungating your product, so on and so forth. But hey, listen, if you choose a product with high demand, chances are you are going to have a slice of the pie anyway. So the best wholesale product is one you can sell. You may have found a great supplier with steep discounts, but hey, listen, if there is no market demand for the product, why are you going to buy it? You are going to lose money. You can use a supplier catalog as a springboard for product ideas, or you can start from scratch. But your first step should be to gauge demand for the product. Okay, very important. Do not buy a product and you can say, I'm sure it will work. No. Don't reinvent the wheel. Make sure the wheel is already turning around, it's already spinning, and you just happen to just step on it. Okay, you want to consider products in one of Amazon's best-selling categories: electronics, clothing, shoes and jewelry, toys and games, and books. They are often the most profitable categories. And one notable reason for this is that they all offer a lot of room for variation, since shopper preference plays a big part. Everybody knows that shoppers love flexibility, right? And so you want to study current Amazon best-selling products. Amazon keeps a list updated hourly. This is really great, hourly, of their best sellers in every category. So this is a key way to gain insight into what really works and what buyers want. And please only sell what buyers want. You want to study product similar to the one you want to sell. So if you already have an idea for a product, you want to browse similar Amazon products and note indicators of demand. So a high bestseller rank and the number of customer ratings are both good indicators of demand. Luckily, while you do have to do all this product research, you don't have to do it all by hand. There's no need to do this manually. There are many paid tools available to help you do product and demand research on Amazon. However, it's really important to choose the right one. It really depends on what you really want, but choose the right one. We have actually covered this topic on another show, so I'm not going to go into detail here in terms of the best Amazon tools, Amazon software tools for product research and listing. So step number 1, you want to choose a product with high demand. Very important. Step number 2, you want to choose a product with low competition. Oh yeah, because the whole thing here is, when you think about products to sell on Amazon FBA Wholesale, I want you to think about the whole SEO thing, the whole keyword strategy. You want to choose a keyword that is popular but has low competition. That's what people talk about, the long-tailed keywords. The same approach applies here. You want to choose a product that is popular but has low competition. So everybody wants to sell a high demand product. The trick is to find a product that people will want to buy in a market that's not already saturated. Competition is more difficult to judge than demand, but here are the few steps that will get you started and some tools to help you along the way. So you got to ask yourself, sit down and ask yourself 3 important questions. How many sellers are advertising? So even if organic results show many sellers, a good Amazon advertising strategy will quickly set you apart from competitors who are not leveraging sponsored products, for example. So you want to run searches on a variety of keywords around your product ideas in order to see who is advertising. You can even use Seller App's reverse ASIN tool to view your competitors' keywords and their cost per click. Very important. So that's the first question. Second question is, how crowded the product listing is. In other words, you want to identify how crowded your rival's product listing is. You will likely have to compete for the buy box with competitors selling the same product. Okay, so use the tool to quickly look at the number of existing sellers for a specific product. Question number 2. Question number 3. Have you done a qualitative analysis of your competitors? Especially if you're a private label seller, you want to do a qualitative analysis of your competitors. Why? You want to know what the product's listings look like. Are their descriptions SEO optimized? Do they have good images, videos, or a lot of reviews? What is their seller rank? So these factors, among others, indicate how hard or easy it will be to make your brand stand out. It's all about gauging your competition. It's very important. So when it comes to tools to help you analyze the competition, there are a lot of paid options that will show you varying degrees of detail on product and category competition. So this may be very well worth your money, but you should at least start with Amazon ASIN, which is actually a free tool, rather, a free tool from Seller App. One thing I want to say here is that when you choose a tool, make sure the tool fits the kind of industry, the kind of sector you want to get yourself into, because there are different tools out there that show you, for example, listing quality, number of sellers for the ASIN, fulfillment by Amazon, the fees, the FBA fees, the product potential, keyword analysis, and so on and so forth. Step number 3, you want to choose a product with good profit potential. See, step number 1, I told you to choose a product with high demand. Number 2, you want to choose a product with low competition. Number 3, you want to look at your ROI. You want to make sure the product has good profit potential. See, the whole thing here is that don't you actually invest in the product because you are emotionally drawn to it. Who cares anyway? You are in business, okay? You're not a charity here, so you are running the business. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to your break-even point and make sure that your break-even point is as low as possible so you can increase your profit. So you might find a unicorn of a high demand, low competition product, but it won't matter if you can't turn a profit on it. Cost estimates and profitability analysis are quite essential when it comes to deciding what wholesale products to sell on Amazon. Okay, so please, one thing I want to make sure you don't fall for this mistake here. Do not get trapped in a race to the bottom. Price competition is intense on Amazon, so do not pick a product that will make you choose between generating sales and turning a profit. So choose a pricing strategy that works for your product category and still ensures profitability. Okay, understand all of the cost involved. I mean all, not just a few of them, all. The true cost of selling wholesale products goes beyond a simple price tag. There are dozens other costs to consider, and they will quickly stack up if you don't account for them early on. So you want to do a detailed profit analysis that factors in Amazon fees, fulfillment and shipping costs, inventory management, and relevant taxes. Don't forget taxes, my friend. Don't forget taxes. Okay, you want to look for products that are small and lightweight. Even if you don't choose to use Amazon FBA, smaller and lighter products are much cheaper to ship and take much less space to store. So this will save you a lot of cash, which in turn increases your profits. You can get a good sense of the cost associated with various dimensions by looking at the Amazon FBA fee schedules on their website. You have to really understand. It's important to have a clear idea about your cost. While it's no replacement for calculating exact cost, Amazon's FBA revenue calculator is a great way to view potential net profits when you are in the research phase. Okay, so you can search for any products or ASIN, and this calculator will estimate the net profits and margins of fulfilling with FBA. So this is really good, and you want to actually, again, it's all about doing the preliminary research so you have a clear idea about what profits you can estimate. Remember, time invested in product research always pays dividend. Always. Now, you have done all the analyses at the product level. The next question is, how do you actually find wholesalers for Amazon? I mean, that's the big question. That's the $1 million question, right? I mean, and it's important you understand that just as there is no golden ticket wholesale product that guarantees success, there is no secret list when it comes to finding the perfect supplier. To be actually successful, if you want to sell successfully wholesale products on Amazon, you must identify, and I want to insist here, you must identify what you need from a supplier and then learn how to get it. The supplier is not going to tell you what you need. I mean, you need to know exactly what you need first before you contact the supplier. So this begins with having the right knowledge, okay? So please take the time to do the research about your industry, the niche that you are really looking for, okay? And so there are three things. There is a trifecta I want you to pay attention to when it comes to finding your perfect wholesaler. So number one, you want to decide what kind of supplier you need. So if you are a reseller, you will want to look for a brand manufacturer. If you're a private label seller, you should look for a supplier of generic wholesale products you can use to build your own brand. It's easier to find what you need if you know what you want, right? Think about that. Let me repeat that. It's very easy to find what you need if you know what you want. Learn to identify scams. I mean, there are a lot of scams, unfortunately. It's part of the business. Okay, so always start by checking the Better Business Bureau for information on wholesalers and contact those suppliers. Okay, make sure you only choose suppliers in certified networks. This is a great way to identify the best one, especially for new wholesale product sellers. And you want to engage with the industry. Don't be a stranger, okay? Do not focus on a couple of wholesale products. Take the time and energy and commitment to understand your niche. See, because you never know, you might actually find a product that is not profitable today to you, but might be of interest tomorrow. Who knows? Who are the major manufacturers and brands in your industry? What are the distribution channels? Who should you expect to work with? So answering these questions and more will help you narrow your focus and find the right wholesaler for your Amazon business, okay? So it's really important to zero in on the right suppliers. So once you have that context, it's time to prepare for success by learning how to approach the suppliers once you find them. Because once you find them, okay, it's all good. You know, you have vetted them. They have a great ratings online and whatnot. Now, how do you communicate with them? Now, you need to learn how to communicate with suppliers. It's not just something that happens overnight. one thing for sure, you have to understand, we are speaking here about business communication, and you are trying to have the same supplier for a long time, which means what? You need to cultivate a rapport with those suppliers. So getting a great deal with a good supplier often comes down to knowing what your supplier wants out of this deal and finding a way to negotiate a win-win. So this is a step many beginners miss, but with a bit of research and practice, it's not really that complicated. Okay, so there are a few things you really need to think about here. So if we go back to the origins, to business negotiation 101, you need to learn the basics. Don't go into supplier communications unprepared. Even if you are an individual seller just looking for a side hustle, it's worth the time to learn business negotiation. Very important. Okay, and you are trying to have what? You're trying to have a win-win solution here. You want to learn what suppliers want. Wholesalers want what any of us want, reliable income. So if you are able to offer them this kind of stability, either through long-term contracts, larger deposits, or promises of more business, you put yourself in a better position to drive a deal, right? You want to leverage the competition. So don't only negotiate with one supplier at a time. You want to enter conversations with a few different wholesalers and use competing offers to drive better deals with your ideal suppliers. Okay, and you want to show them that you will be a good business partner. So do not underestimate the power of simply being courteous, being polite, being respectful, being responsive, and professional. Those things are really important. First impressions really count, my friend. Boss, first impressions really count. So you want to approach this like someone seeking to build a partnership instead of a shopper looking for the cheapest option. Think of it even better. Think of it as a job interview. Okay, so you go to an interview, you are dressed up, you address people politely because you are trying to build what? You're trying to build a long-term relationship. So suppliers appreciate this, and your business will benefit long-term from this approach. Okay, so this is really important to really have a clear idea of what you want and to communicate politely, professionally with suppliers. Everything is about long-term relationship. You're not here to get a quick buck. Even if you're here to get a quick buck, you will drive a better deal if you know how to communicate with suppliers. You want to start your search with a trusted wholesale directory or network. Okay, here the thing is, here I'm giving you a few pro tips so you have a clear idea of how to actually find the right supplier. The right supplier for you or the right suppliers. Okay, it really depends on what you're looking for. Now, one thing I want you to do right now is when you are getting started, wholesaler networks are a great place to start. The best directories have a subscription cost for their service, but it's often well worth the cost in time and money saved. So don't you try to be a stingy ass here and saying, I'm going to do things myself. No, just invest the cash. Okay, so you get the best suppliers, the best supplier information possible. And you have a few big players who are really good. You have Wholesale Central. So this database gives you access to thousands of verified wholesalers without any subscription or membership cost. It's a great place to start your search, and it gives you direct contact information for wholesalers without any paywall or registration required. So this is one of our go-to places. You have Worldwide Brains. So they are one of the highest rated wholesale networks out there, and they do provide resources and member benefits like research support on top of access to quality certified suppliers. And they offer a free preview of their directory too, making it a great place to start. Now, what you want to do here is you want to start for free, but honestly, if you're in this game for real, for real, don't worry about spending the money, because you'll get it 1,000 times, 100 folds in the future. It's all about ROI. Think about it as your startup capital, your startup expenses. Okay, think about SaleWho also. SaleWho offers start to finish support for those who want to sell wholesale products, and they offer a rich supplier directory as well as tools to help you research products, organize your supplier search rather, and manage communication with suppliers. Okay, so SaleWho is pretty complete. We have actually covered them. We have done an in-depth review of this service. So check out our videos if you are interested. You have, of course, Alibaba. So Alibaba, everybody knows this is an international marketplace for buyers and sellers alike, which generates a lot of buzz in e-commerce. Okay, some sellers source excellent products on Alibaba, while others run into quality, even counterfeiting issues. So it generates buzz, but buzz in the wrong way. But again, Alibaba is a great source. You can just take a look also. Now, where do you find wholesale suppliers for your Amazon business? Well, you can go directly to the brand. Yeah, I just told you the wholesale directories. You can go to the brand also. You can also go to trade shows. You can go to distributors, or you can use your good friend Google to kind of help you out too. Let's talk about how to evaluate wholesale suppliers. See, the thing is, you've done the research, you reach out to them, and that you have done the right communication, but you got to find a way to evaluate them, because you're not a charity, and you have a business to run, and you want to make sure that you are finding profitable products to sell on Amazon FBA Wholesale. Now, how do you actually gauge the wholesale suppliers that you actually found? Think about how well they communicate. This is really important. Are they, in terms of, is it complicated? Is it like a ladder that you are just climbing without end? Okay, proper communication is crucial for a successful business partnership. So if the supplier or distributor you want to work with has poor communication or takes forever to respond to inquiries, they may not be a good option for you. Do not even try to say, well, maybe this is just the beginning, they will change a little one. No. It has to be a mutually profitable partnership. If you want something, but they don't want it as hard as you want, why are you wasting your time with them? Okay, so you want to find out their reputation also. What is their reputation? Do they have inventory in stock, or do you have to wait forever? Okay, so obviously you want to make sure that the business you purchase from has the items you want in stock. For some wholesalers, you may find that they are frequently out of stock of items you may be interested in. So if you find this to be the case, start looking for more reliable sources. What are the terms? Okay, I'm talking about minimum order quantities, MOQ, their lead time, and so on and so forth. Many brands you contact may have a small minimum order quantity requirements of $100, while larger distributors may have MOQs closer to $5,000. Okay, you also want to learn about shipping terms, how fast they can ship your items. Okay, is there an additional shipping charge? Very important. And you want to think also about the product cost. So this is the most obvious point here, right? What is their cost per unit of the items you are interested in purchasing? So you must evaluate the company's pricing before making a large bulk purchase. Okay, very important. And you might want, overall, you might want to think about considering using fulfillment by Amazon, the FBA. Make sure that you have a plan in place for inventory management. So if you decide to use an alternative to FBA, you will need a plan for managing your inventory in a way that's cost effective, but still allows you to ship quickly. And have a plan for promoting your products. Advertising has become an increasingly important tool for success on Amazon. Think about the competition there. You have to stand out. So consider your options, learn the challenges of Amazon PPC management and the solutions, of course, and have a plan for getting your products noticed. We have actually covered the PPC program on another show, but if you have a question about that, please let us know. We'll answer. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was quickly talking to you about how to find profitable products to sell on Amazon FBA Wholesale. So I gave you the approach you need to follow. But number one, you basically want to make sure that you choose a product with high demand. Number two, choose a product with low competition. Choose a product with good profit potential. That's number three. And number four, in terms of finding the wholesalers for your Amazon FBA, think about the three things that you need to know before searching for a wholesaler. Learn how to communicate with suppliers. Okay, start your search with a trusted wholesaler directory or network. Very important. Okay, and last but not the least, one thing you want to do here is that you want to basically always evaluate wholesale suppliers that you want to work with. Very important. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.